Hello everyone, it's technically John and welcome back. I am going to start today's video with a quick revision and then we'll go ahead and learn about while loops. So we have previously learned about data types, about operators and about user input, which you probably should know by now. And then we also learned about comparison operators and conditional statements. And then we also learned about chained conditionals and nested if statements. And last time we learned about comments and about for loops, and this time we are going to learn about while loops. So in order to learn about while loops, let's start coding and I'll explain what it does in a bit. So the basic syntax of a while loop is while, and then the condition, and then we do this, and then there's something called a break statement, which we'll learn about in a bit. So let's take a variable called name. So name is equal to the input of what is your name. Okay, so then I am going to write a while loop which says that while name is not equal to meow, we print name. So let's run this code and see what happens. I am going to save this and save it on my desktop, and of course I'm going to name it meow, and let's see what happens. What's your name? So my name is John, so it keeps repeating my name over and over again. I am going to press Ctrl and C because it would not stop otherwise. And let's see what just happened. So name, when I wrote John, name, the variable name, became equal to John. And then while name is not equal to meow, we print the name. So the name is John, which is definitely not equal to meow. So we keep on printing John. So now we need a way for the program to keep asking us about our name. So what I am going to do is I am going to copy this line and paste it here, and I'll save this and run this and we'll see what happens. So what is your name? My name is John. It prints John and then it asks me again. So let's say pss, pss, and it prints it again. Let's type random stuff, and then if we type meow, it stops, the program stops. Why is that? Because first they asked about our name. So name is first I wrote John, so the name is equal to John. While name is not equal to meow, we print John. And then we ask again for the name. So the name is ps, ps. So this is not equal to meow, so then we repeat the loop. We keep on asking about the name until the name becomes equal to meow. So here when we wrote meow, it became equal to meow, so we broke out of the loop. We can actually write our code in a different way. So I am going to delete this and start writing. So let's create a variable and assign it the value true. And then while loop, so here this one means that while loop is equal to true. So this is the same as this. So we do not have to write is equal to true because this means that while loop is equal to true. Now if we add an exclamation mark here, it means that while loop is false. So we need loop to be true. And then we need input for what is your name. And then we are going to save this in a variable called name. And then what we will do is we will say that if name is equal to meow, we set the loop is equal to false. Now if we save this and run it, what is your name? John. What is your name? Typing random stuff here, and then when I type in meow, it stops. So what happens here is loop is true. So while loop is true, we keep on executing this code. So we ask first for the name. Now if name is meow, we set the loop to false. So when loop becomes false, this code stops being executed. So the same happens when we type in break. So if we save this and run it again, John, random stuff, and then meow also stops. So what happens here is we ask for the name, and then if the name is meow, we break. So we break out of the loop. So when we break out of the loop, we go to the first line, to the first line outside of the loop. So if we print here, let's say you typed meow and save this and run, J-A, anything, and then meow, it prints you typed meow. Now last time when we were learning about for loops, we created a program that would print 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4 until the number we want. So how can we do this using a while loop? So first, I am going to create a variable called I and assign it the value of 0. And then we type the while keyword, and then while I is less than, let's say, 10, we print I. So what happens here is, while I is less than 10, we print I. So I is 0, so we keep on printing I. So we need a way to add or increase this I. So we say that I is equal to I plus 1. Let's see what happens when we run our code. So it prints 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can also say that I is plus equal 1, which is the same as I is equal to I plus 1. So we add 1 each time the loop runs. So this does the same thing, and that's it. The main difference between a for loop and a while loop is that for the for loop we need to know the number of iterations, which means that we need to know how many times the loop will repeat or will execute. While in the while loop we do not need to know the number of iterations. So the for loop we need to have a number, so we say that for I in range let's say 0 and 10. So we know that it goes from 0 until 9. While in the while loop, what we do is we say that while maybe name is different than John, which means that we do not know how many times we will have to check for the name. We just know that we will keep asking for the name until it is not equal to John. So basically this is it, guys. We've now learned about comments, about for loops, and about while loops. I really hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.